Hey, John. I hope everybody's doing good. I just wanted to take a moment to make this video. I had a few things on my mind, and I felt like, hey, why don't you share? So, I'm a little older. I'm a little older, and I think what happens with age is hopefully we get some wisdom. We don't got these little gray hairs just for show. You know what I'm saying? So I think one of the things that I'm really glad to be at the stage in my life where I guard my heart. I remember when I was younger and I used to just feel like, if you meet somebody and you love somebody, that you just give your love, right? And I used to really kind of feel like if I had this connection with somebody, or if I met somebody that I was attracted to, or someone that made me feel something, I was willing to explore that. And I would, explore it. I think one of the things that I didn't do in my exploration is really consider the cost. And when you travel, it costs money. No matter which vehicle you use, you're paying something, whether it's gas, it's tolls, or airfare, or bus fare, or boat fare. Do you pay a fare for boats? Whatever it is, you're paying something. It costs to travel, and it costs COSTS to allow a relationship to take its COURSE course. Right. So I think one of the things that I used to do is I used to let the relationship just kind of take a life of its own, and I would invest, and I didn't count the cost. So a lot of times, what it would end up costing me is a lot of pain, a lot of heartache, and a lot of struggles and troubles. I'm at a point of my life. I'm a business owner. I'm in a process of being used by God in ministry in a different way. I have projects. I have multiple things going on in my life. And I really, really cannot afford to waste any of my resources on things that don't add to what I'm required to build in this season. So that means that I have to count the cost of the relationships that I engage in, and I have to use wisdom to decide what I'm going to invest in. That is my time, my money, my emotions, all these different things. I really have to use wisdom. And I'm really thankful. I haven't perfected this. It's still, a work in progress, but I'm really thankful that I'm able to, at this stage, after a lot of bumps, bumps in the road, and a lot of deficits, and a lot of things that happened in life that I almost didn't recover from. Because those relationships, they will take a lot out of you. And I was able to actually get to a place in my life where I'm able to make wise choices. So you know what? When you get wisdom, you want to share it. So I want to share it with you. I want to share it with my dudes. I want to share it with my girls. I want to let y'all know, like, yo, for real, you got to guard your heart. How do you guard your heart? It's what I just said. You have to make sure that you are evaluating what you decide to penetrate your heart and how deeply it penetrates. You can control that. If it's not if a relationship is traveling a particular course that you don't want it to go, you can detour. You know what I'm saying? You cannot blame things on your feelings. We can't be letting our feelings just take us wherever they want to take us. You know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure that we evaluate what the relationship is and what the relationship entails. What am I saying? I'm saying that if you are with somebody and you're invested in the relationship like it's your husband or your wife, and they're not your husband or your wife, you need to reevaluate that. You know what I'm saying? You treat the relationships define themselves. I always said that, and now I'm living it. Relationships define. Friends get what friends should get. Lovers get what lovers should get. Boyfriends get what boyfriends should get. Fiancés get what fiancés should get. Husbands and wives get what they get. So you got to make sure that you're not giving your friend what your husband should get. You're not giving your husband what your friend should be getting or your wife should be getting. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you are managing your relationships properly, because relationships are so precious and our hearts are so precious. So I'm really thankful. It hurts. It hurts sometimes. It really hurts when you have to set, watch this word, boundaries. When you have to set boundaries, and boundaries are guardrails. They are containers. They keep the relationship in its place, and they need to be there. I'm telling you, they need to be there. Some of y'all need to stop kissing up on your girlfriends or your boyfriends when you got a man or you got a husband or you got a wife. It crosses boundaries, and we got to learn how to operate within those confines. I miss freedom all day long. Freedom. I'm into freedom. But you know what? Our hearts, they don't need to be free for everybody. So just really think, be wise with your emotional investments, and make sure you yourself are putting in the boundaries that you need to be able to guard your heart. The Bible says, guard your heart, for out of it are the issues of life. And you know what? Those heartaches, those heartbreaks that are not necessary, they're unnecessary because we done invested the wrong things in the wrong place. So those heartaches that are unnecessary really, really throw us off our game. And they take us off our course, the right course. So what am I saying? Let the relationship take the right course that the relationship is supposed to take when it's in the confines of what the relationship is. Don't be overstepping. That's one of the sins. One of the sins is trespass. Trespass is to overstep a boundary. Don't be trespassing. And you know what? If somebody is trespassing against you, you can forgive them. And then you can reestablish your boundary. And if you trespass, own it. And then ask for forgiveness and walk right, walk right. Love hard. Love is patient, kind, long suffering. It's wonderful, and perfect love casts out fear. The reason why some of us are afraid is because we're not loving perfectly. We're loving with ulterior motives. We're not loving with the love of God. So if you're afraid, that means that you're not loving perfectly. I love all the people who are in my life. I love every last one of you. I love you so much. You know what I'm saying? I respect your boundaries. You respect mine. We good. We good out here in these streets. And I'm encouraging all my gems. Please, God first, and then love these people around here. When we cross boundaries, we can get hurt, and we can hurt people unintentionally. We know better. We do better, all right? Love you, gems.